Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. So today is currently Wednesday the 13th, and I do actually have a position open this time on USDCHF, which we'll get into a second. But in today's video, we'll be talking about how to increase your win rate overall and things you can look at in your trading that could help increase your win rate and progress you further in your journey. But yeah, like I said, I'm currently in USDCHF. A few pairs I'm still looking at. A few pairs I'm looking at over here, but currently in USDCHF, as you can see there, I've been in this one since yesterday, so about 24 hours, and price is moving nicely, but overall still stuck in this consolidation area here. So I'm looking for the breakout for price to go higher, but I do need to see a break of the resistance. Price almost at my first TP area there. Well, I will look to take some profit just to be on the safe side, but I am looking at price coming back to these highs. Nice rejection of that daily trend line and also this 4H there as well. So I'm expecting price to go higher. Going to see how that one turns out, but again, a bit more of a swing trade, so it's going to take its time, I would expect. Over here, got CAD CHF, looking for CAD CHF to come back to those highs. Again, this one didn't play out how I was expecting at the start of the week. We did see this bearish move here, but that doesn't change anything. I'm still looking for price to come back to those highs. It's respecting that previous low there from last week. So I think a bit of a move up, pull back, and then we'll be looking to entertain some longs back to 0.75120. Also, I'm looking at Aodu CAD. Looking at some shorts for this one all the way back down to those lows. Again, definitely a bit more of a bigger move, bigger swing trade. Some areas where we can look to target as well to take some profit off the table. But it looks like Aodu CAD is breaking through this area. So we're going to be looking for the next lower high, because this is appears to be the first lower high. Not confirmed yet, because that's technically the last low over there, not this one. But I do believe the trend is starting to reverse here for Aodu CAD. So I'm looking at price coming back down into the 0.91800 area. A bit of a head and shoulders, left, head, right. And I'm expecting that downside move with that break of the neckline. AUD expecting the exact same thing, expecting weakness for the AUD. So I'm looking for 0.73 there. Again, a little bit messy here, but I'm looking for either break of that low or pull back on a lower high somewhere, and some shorts back down. So AUD CAD short, AUD USD short, Euro pound also looking at shorts for this one now. Very, very messy pair. But if you can clear this support here at 0.83, I'm looking at 0.82, right back down at those lows. So I'm going to be waiting patiently to see if we can break through that support. So far, a little bit too messy for my liking, so not really anything there. But yeah, those pairs I'm focused on. But as of right now, I've got USDCHF running, so I'm going to see how that gets going, see if we can get that to the highs. But yeah, in today's video, we'll be talking to you all about win rate, how I look to improve my win rate, and ways you can look to improve your win rate as well. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so what you're saying, people, welcome to the chart. So on the screen right now, I've got USDCHF long, which I was showing you guys previously in the video yesterday. Today is now Thursday the 14th, and now I'm looking for price to continue to the upside here. We've finally got the breakout, and now I'm looking for price to head back to those highs. And in fact, I'm going to be using this trade as an example to illustrate my point of how to increase your win rate in Forex trading, which is primarily based on multi-time frame analysis. Also, I did enter AUD shorts, which I was talking about previously as well, with one of the pairs in my watch list. So in some shorts for AUD, which I got in today, this morning, at around 9 AM on that bearish candle there, and I'm looking at price rolling over. It's hit my first target, so I've secured some profit now for AUD, but I'm looking for price to break through this level and head down to 0.73. There's a chance we could push back up. If that's the case, I might close the trade early, but I am looking at price breaking through this to head down into that zone of 0.73. And again, we use this trade as a nice example to illustrate my point on how to improve your win rate. Now, the thing you want to be looking at is multi-time frame analysis. Reason being, when you've got multiple time frames illustrating to you the same direction, naturally that will always increase the probability of your trade or your bias, playing out. If you look at one single time frame and from that time frame deduce your bias, yes, it could play out. But if the higher time frames are saying the opposite way and you haven't taken that into account, normally the higher time frames do win the battle. and you could see your bias not playing out in the long run. But again, that's completely fine. But to increase your win rate, you've got to be looking at the higher time frames. Particularly for me, I like to have 3 time frames all in the same direction. So for my trading, I'm normally using the hourly for entries, 4H as well sometimes, but 4H is good for direction as well, and daily. So I like to have daily, 4H and hourly all in sync when I'm taking a trade. Sometimes weekly, if weekly's also showing the same signs, then that's a bonus, and same thing for monthly, that's a bonus as well. But hourly, 4H, daily is what I want to have together, and typically you want to have the 3 time frames next to each other, in sync. So if you're working more on the lower time frames, 15 minute, 30, hourly makes sense. Obviously you can mix and match. Maybe you miss out the 30 minute time frame and go 15 hourly, 4 hour. It's up to you, but you want to have time frames together that are all showing the same direction before you do enter your trade. So to run through this this trade here quickly, just to show you how I use multi-time frame analysis to really take advantage of USDC CHF pushing up. Actually, this one actually used the weekly as well, so it's actually weekly, daily, 4H, hourly. So this was 4, but like I said, normally you want at least 3. So on the weekly time frame here, if I just start afresh and just get rid of everything, you can see that the market, yes, is very, very choppy, very, very choppy, but there is some subtle signs that the market is slowly moving to the upside, potentially back to these highs over there on the left. So as you can see with the market, we've been making higher lows ever since January 2021. We've got this low here, made another higher low, higher low, higher low, again and again. The market keeps consecutively making higher lows, illustrating to us that the market is in an uptrend. Even though it is very choppy, it is technically an uptrend, and we will expect the market to break to the upside. So even from a weekly point of view, I'm expecting the market to go up, and you can see from last week's candle, what did we get? We got a bullish engulfing candle here. So even from a weekly point of view, and what I expect from this week's price action is to see bullish momentum. We've got a weekly engulfing candle. There's a good chance that the next week will be bullish, simply just because of that bullish engulfing, and you can keep seeing these strong movements to the upside. So that does tell me, even though we are consolidating, the bulls are slowly winning the battle. Now coming into the daily time frame, we had this really nice trend line which price bounced off, as you can see with these lows here. So the low there, price moved to come back, form another low, moved, come back, and a nice test there, giving us a strong reaction to the upside. So price is slowly pushing to the upside, and now because we do have that bullish trend, I'm expecting price to come back into these highs. So daily's looking like we're going to continue, and also daily giving us this head and shoulder pattern here with the left shoulder here, the head and the right shoulder, now looking for price to push forward. So we've got head and shoulders and that trend line continuation. Going on the 4H time frame, if I just tidy this up for a second, you can see, of course, we've got that support there, and we saw a really nice push to the upside, and price giving us some good price action there, giving us that higher low, bouncing off 0.93, and then I entered on the hourly time frame, which was with this bullish engulfing at that level, and obviously targets where I was showing you on the daily. So getting into this trade, we do have a lot of confluences showing that the market is moving to the upside. So with the hourly, the 4H and the weekly all giving me signs that the market is going to move to the upside. There's a pretty good chance that the market will move to the upside. And now we've got a break of this resistance. Going to wait to see if you can get a pullback to retest this, and again move to the upside, and potentially have another retest of this trend line here as well. That would be great if we could come back, retest the trend line, and then push forward as well, giving us more confidence for second entry. But again, just using that multi-time frame analysis to give us high probable opportunities. And exact same thing with AUSD. Again, with the weekly time frame, like I said, don't always use the weekly, but if the weeklies give me the same direction as daily, 4H, and potentially hourly, then the more the merrier. But at the same time, again, if I start fresh, head to the weekly time frame, we have this really nice zone here where price was consolidating for quite a bit of time, broke to the downside, retested, nice bearish move, came back up, another retest. You can see the prior week's candle big wick to the upside, pulled all the way back and gave us a bearish shooting star. So that's telling me that potentially this next week's candle will probably close bearish, or at least see a move to the downside at some point during the week. So I'm expecting this week to be bearish, rejecting that zone, rejecting that previous high, and also with that nice shooting star pattern. So going on to the daily time frame, I do have targets down here at 0.73 back at this area here. And you can see on the daily, really nice consolidation, broke to the upside. So this is our kind of our fake move to the upside, which is represented on the weekly time frame by a big wick. And then we came all the way back down, and now we were expecting the low of the consolidation as resistance, looking for the market to come down. So essentially, all the market has done is consolidated like so, broke to the upside, came right back down, retesting the underside of the consolidation there, and now expecting the market to continue in this bearish trend. Oh, the wrong one. Expecting continue this bearish trend and give us lower lows and lower highs. So that's essentially all that's happened there with AUSD on the retest. And then so daily, weekly lined up quite nicely. 4H, you can see these lower highs starting to be placed here, retest of that price support and resistance. And then hourly, looking for the execution on a nice bearish engulfing candle. And again, stop loss just above the zone with targets down at that daily area. But first target, like I said, at this support here, which price has just hit. So again, multiple time frames all pointing in the same direction, giving us a good probability of where price is going to go. And when you're using this, again, you're not going to be right all the time. Sometimes you will be wrong, but in the long run, doing this will increase your win rate altogether. So definitely something you want to keep in check with. But like I said, we will keep managing these trades. AUSD for hits by target, still got a long way to go. And same with USDC Chef, still got a long way to go. There were some other pairs I was looking at, which I previously mentioned. AUCAD, still looking at a big move to the downside for this one. Not quite ready yet. Price action, not the biggest fan of, but we'll be waiting for some sales. CAD CHF, looking at price continue to the upside. Had a slight retest there, but I'm looking for price to come back, have that bigger retest and then move back to highs. But CAD CHF moving as expected, and also Euro Pound moving as expected as well. Looking for push all the way back down to these lows. We've had the break of the daily support, waiting for one more retest, and again a move to the downside. And again, each of these setups I'm pointing out all are using higher time frame analysis and multi-time frame analysis as well. So we'll see how these get on. We'll give you an update on how these trades go. But again, guys, to increase your win rate, look at the higher time frames. That's where the bigger moves are happening, and you do typically want to be trading in that direction. But I do hope you found some value in this video, and yeah, let's see how these trades get going. Okay, what we're saying, people, it is currently Tuesday the 19th, so it's the following week from last time I updated you on the trade. So it's currently 19th, 1:17 in the afternoon. So we'll give you a quick update. Like I said, USDC HF was currently in the long position, and also AUSD shorts. So as you can see, USDC HF has gone and hit that take profit area, back at those highs up there. Really nice bounce from that level, saw that higher low, and we saw some nice continuations into those highs. Big wick there today, price is pulling back, but again, we're done with that trade. So not really focused on USDC HF anymore, but a nice swing trade there that's played out nicely. And AUSD taking its time, have seen some nice downside for this one. As you can see, had that lower high entry, we broke through the support here finally, and that price is moving to the downside, and do have targets at 0.73 at that key level there. That is the higher time frame target. Have banked some profit, we've hit take profits 1 and 2, so secured some partials there, but overall looking for a push into 0.73. So those, well, AUSD is still currently in it, USDC HF exited, so those trades are playing out quite well. See how they get on. Obviously USDC HF is finished, we'll see how AUSD gets on. Euro Pound still looking for shorts for this one, all the way back down to 0.82. We've broken through that key daily level there, so now I'm looking for a push into the lows. I do think this overall bearish trend, which you can see, this overall bearish trend is probably going to continue, so I'm looking at price coming back down to those lows now. hopefully on the retest of that level, and also AD CAD. I'm also looking for this one to come back into some lows there at this support down there. So do have my eyes on a few more trades. We'll see if we can get involved, but yeah, currently in AUSD, and see if you can get some continuation back down to 0.73. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed the video, found it useful about how to increase your win rate. I hope you do find it valuable. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask, let me know in the comments and I will get back to you. But like always, guys, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. All the good stuff really is appreciated for the channel. But hope you've enjoyed it. Have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next video.